Latest football news, engaging debates,
and fascinating opinions.
Pitchside talk on IO Radio.
The day has arrived after a week of waiting. England and Germany clash in a massive last 16 game in Euro 2020, which will be played in front of 45,000 fans at Wembley Stadium. Piers, this is the tie that everybody has been waiting for now for a week. England are looking to end their miserable run against Germany in international tournaments. That hurt has been stretching since the World Cup in 1996, and they're looking to bury their past demons against Germany. But for Germany here, they really want to show their dominance. They've had quite a very shaky Euro 2020, we can say, losing to France, beating Portugal, having to come back against Hungary. But for both sides here, this is a massive game because whoever wins this will be playing Sweden or Ukraine in the next game.
Yeah, I mean, whoever wins this goes on to an easier run. Of course, it's not an easy run because the teams that have got where they are have looked very good. Every team's looked very good. You know, England, I think, as well as they finished overall in the group, I still think they made a hard job for them. Croatia game, I felt like was harder than the Scotland game. They made a job of it. And the Czech game, the second half, they sort of gave them a chance to come back in. So it's hard to tell how England are doing. So I think this will be a real good test for them. And it's hard to predict how they're going to play because the squad changes every 5 seconds of England. With Germany, on the other hand, they were outplayed by France, the world champions. The Portugal game, they look brilliant. They look like a standard German team, you know, like a well-oiled machine, just went through there and done the job. In Hungary, they just made a job for themselves, which seems to be what Germany do sometimes. When they've got a game that seems easy, they seem to make it hard for themselves. But I think coming into this game, you know, it's going to be an interesting game. I don't think Wembley's going to have too much of an advantage to England. I know people are complaining about that, you know, they've played every game at Wembley, but if you see some of the times of how England play there, I wouldn't say it's too much of an advantage. But I think coming into this, I think Southgate's on out for a very defensive approach, I feel like, into these games. And I think he's going to struggle against Germans. I think if they put pressure on, I think if Germany put pressure on England, they'll break. And I think, unfortunately, just because of that, I think Germany will get the win here. I think England have done well to get where they are, but I think this is the hurdle that will stop them at this point in this competition. I think it's going to be a 2-0 to the Germans.